AgWeek weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
What kind of weather does the last week of August have in store for us? Here's John with our AgriWeather outlook.
As the calendar turns now from September into October, starting to see a few signs of fall in the overall weather pattern. It's not showing up in the temperatures at all. All of the U.S. really, most of North America still showing a very much an August-type temperature pattern. But there are some shifts of rain beginning to show up, and that has to do with some changes in the jet stream that are beginning to deliver some cooler weather a little bit further south. Starting off this last full week of August with some hot temperatures as far north as the Red River Valley in the north coast, covering a lot of the eastern seaboard, most of the Great Plains and the Mojave Desert and the southwest. That will dramatically drop with a cold front as we move through Labor Day and into the early part of the week. We're not going to see chilly weather coming in, just going to drop from near 90 to back into the 70s, maybe even a few 60s across the north, but not really unusually cool weather as we go through this week. Now, as the week builds along, note we've got kind of split flow in the jet stream, and I'm only showing you really the main two parts, but that northern branch of the jet is not really coming far enough south to deliver any of this cool weather really very deeply into the United States. So it's going to stay fairly warm and at times fairly humid across the northern plains. Now, as we look at the Labor Day weekend, I do expect a trough to come out of the Rockies into the plains. That may be a bit of a rain producer for some, but generally speaking, that early part of September, I don't see a lot of cause for precipitation, except perhaps along some areas along the west coast, where there will be some rain coming in, I think, because of an area of low pressure off the coast of California. By the end of the period, we'll start to see some pretty chilly weather coming out of Alaska and the Pacific Northwest, beginning to drop south in through Canada, but it's not going to go all that far south. Precipitation, the way that's looking. This last week of August, there will be some showers and thunderstorms, probably 2 or 3 rounds in this green area across the northern plains, the southern prairie provinces of Canada. That'll change its precipitation type to just rain showers in the Pacific Northwest of Canada. And the rest of the country, pretty quiet. It looks like it'll be a little wet down in Florida. I'm not saying there won't be any rain in these areas, but it'll be sort of average showers, thunder shower type rainfall, nothing out of the ordinary. As we head toward the second week, I do think there's going to be a chance to get at least some rain down in through California. A monsoonal flow will be back on through the Rockies, where there will be some thunderstorms in the lower Rio Grande and down through the central Rockies. Eastern seaboard looks wet, as it's been off and on for a lot of the summer, but fairly average to even drier than average precipitation in the mid part of the country does appear likely. No sign of frost in the U.S. just yet.